Okay, I think it's official time since it's 1:03 and we want to be really respectful of everybody's time today. So welcome. My name is Chris Broder. I'm the EVP of Brand and Workplace Experience at BICO. We're so excited to have you guys here today. Even more excited actually to have Chelsea Krost as our speaker. Chelsea's an accomplished millennial marketing strategist, published author, television and radio talk show host, executive producer, and a global speaker. What don't you do, Chelsea?
I don't know.
The past 10 years, Chelsea has been the go-to millennial expert for national affiliates like GMA, Today Show, CBS, Fox, CNN, MSNBC, Bloomberg, Forbes, and many, many others. Chelsea is hot on the global speakers circuit, bringing awareness to entrepreneurs, small business owners, and Fortune 500 companies about the millennial mindset, personal branding, and digital marketing strategies to attract and engage and retain millennial and Gen Z consumers. Chelsea's been rated by LinkedIn as a top millennial marketer to follow, and she was inducted into the Forbes Coaches Council, and she is a LinkedIn instructor with 3 published courses on LinkedIn learning, which is, quite frankly, why she's here with us today. I just wanted to give you a little bit of a background about BICO Flourish and wanted to make sure that those of us that are online from BICO know that we were really creating a set of programming here to really lift you mind, body, and soul. So right now we're going to focus on the mind, and Chelsea's going to help us really understand how to navigate LinkedIn and how to make it work for us rather than the other way around. So I'm going to turn it over to Chelsea, and we're so excited to have you. Thank you so much.
So much for having me, and I'm all about BICO Flourish's mission, and I like to say mind, body, soul, business brand, because I'm all about that.
Perfect.
Well, I'm very happy to be here. Quite frankly, this is one of my favorite things that I get to do through my brand, through my presence, and with my audience and clients, because the power of virtual learning is phenomenal. We are all in, whether we're in our pajamas, maybe in bed, maybe, you know, watching our kids out of our side eye right now, but we all have the opportunity to learn. And hopefully with this presentation, which I am going to share my screen with everybody right now. Let me put it on presentation mode. Throughout this presentation, if I can get it into presentation mode, excuse me, just figuring out the Zoom mechanics here. Of course, throughout all of our tests before, everything was working. Here we go.
I think you can double, yeah, perfect.
Got it. And throughout today's presentation, my goal is to provide everyone with insight, perspective, inspiration, and really how to apply best practices for success when it comes to optimizing and leveraging LinkedIn. Now, I know that BICO has a wonderful variety of different clients in different industries. And of course, when it comes to social media, it does make sense to know, you know, where your industries do dominate on social media and where your industries are most relevant online. And I could tell you from my back-end research and my great conversations with Chris and Hillary, every one of BICO's clients, all of you can absolutely benefit from having a presence on LinkedIn. If anything, I would say that LinkedIn is the most important channel to focus on right now. And here's the thing I want to address right away. This is for you listening if you are a business owner and also an employee of a business. LinkedIn is beneficial for both the career professional and the business owner. So throughout our presentation today, we're going to talk about how to leverage LinkedIn for both our company page and our personal profile, because guess what? All of our employees who work for all of our wonderful businesses really are the best advocates, influencers, and thought leaders to bring more attention, awareness, and traffic back to our company. So without further ado, I have a lot of goodness to share with you. And throughout the presentation as well, I want to make this as conversational as possible with everyone. So feel free to use the Q&A or the chat section to drop in any question as I go throughout the slides. I will try to answer questions in real time if it's relevant to the slide. If not, we're going to save time. Actually, let me keep my timer out. We're going to save time for the end 15 minutes so that I can get to as many questions as possible. Have no fear. We will be recording this, and I will also be sharing my slides with you. So you will have all of this information to review within your team and for yourself post this webinar. So let's get started. And I totally invite you to pull out a pen or paper. I'm always about taking thought and taking pen to paper. Yes, Chris, exactly. And you know, anything that inspires you, jot that down. Even if it's a question you might want to save to the end, jot it down. So let's jump in and get started with our presentation here. So what will we cover together throughout the next hour? We're going to talk about how to use LinkedIn to grow your professional network. We're going to talk about the top benefits of having a presence on LinkedIn, right? Why should we be spending our time and energy and creative on LinkedIn? The difference between a personal profile and company page on LinkedIn and how to leverage them both effectively for success. What content to create and share, key features and best practices to totally take advantage of on LinkedIn, and how to locate and attract top talent and potential hires for your company. So I have to mute this video bar so I could see my slides. Okay, hopefully that doesn't disturb anybody else so I could see my slides. Okay, so first things first. LinkedIn is not just for HR anymore. There was a lot of misconception several years ago, even still to today, that LinkedIn's really just for HR purposes, or LinkedIn's really for just the person that wants to find the next job, or for the company looking for recruitment. No, 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 no. Let's squash that stereotype right here. LinkedIn truly has become one of the best professional networks to scale your marketing strategies, for sales, for leads, for networking, for both B2B and B2C business. LinkedIn has 303 million active users per month, and 40% of those active users are active daily, which is a huge, huge community and audience to tap into right on the LinkedIn channel alone. The average LinkedIn user spends 17 minutes on a site per month. 17 minutes might not sound like that much time, but it actually is in the grand scheme of social media today. On other channels like Instagram, your view time is really more like the 2 to 5 minute ratio. So people are really spending more time on a longer form content and more quality content on LinkedIn, because it usually does have more of a business lens, whether it's a white paper, a case study, an infographic. People are taking more time to read, connect, and digest content, which is very important for knowing that it's worthy of putting your energy there online. Also, 46% of social media traffic visiting B2B company sites come from LinkedIn, which is huge. LinkedIn is an absolute asset to your business marketing, no doubt about it. Again, is LinkedIn really effective? Let's really talk about B2B and B2C here first for a minute. 51% of companies acquired a B2C customer through LinkedIn. 93% of B2B marketers consider LinkedIn to be the most effective site for lead generation. LinkedIn is responsible for 64% of all visits for social media channels to corporate websites. So when we talk about how to drive traffic to our websites, having a presence on LinkedIn is only going to help drive traffic to our corporate website or to any other site that we're driving traffic through links. And we'll talk about inbound links as we move throughout the slides. 80% of LinkedIn members want to connect with companies to enhance their decision making, which is why it's important for not only personal professionals to have a presence on LinkedIn, but also companies to have a presence on LinkedIn. 50.
Kelsey,
Yes.
we have one quick question. Someone's asking, what is B2C? And perhaps you can elaborate and say, what is B2B?
Fantastic question. B2B is business to business marketing versus B2C, business to consumer marketing. Now, some businesses do a bit of both. Some primarily specialize on just either B2B or B2C. Of course, as I am going through my slides, everyone here knowing that BICO does represent clients in different industries has to take from these slides what applies to their business format, their business model, their business marketing initiatives. But great question, B2C, business to consumer, B2B, business to business. 50% of LinkedIn members report that they are more likely to buy from a company they engage with on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn generates more leads for B2B, business to business companies than Facebook, Twitter, or blogging. So the power of LinkedIn is truly enormous. And thanks to LinkedIn, that is how Chris and I connected. So right here, right now is living proof that whether it's B2B or B2C, LinkedIn is so effective for creating great quality connections and also converting those connections to service or clients. Okay, so let's get into it. Keys to success when it comes to LinkedIn, your LinkedIn marketing. Understanding the LinkedIn demographics. Why is this important? Because every social media channel does have different user behavior and different user demographics. And understanding who your target audience is and making sure that aligns with the demographics of LinkedIn is obviously going to enhance your communication and generating quality connections and leads. Now, I've already done that due diligence for BICO clients within my conversations prior to today, knowing that the LinkedIn demographics are very relevant for all industries and clients of BICO. We're going to talk about demographics a little bit more because I think demographics is something that a lot of people don't realize. It really is truly different on Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook, and or LinkedIn, which is why it makes sense if you're going to take your time, energy, money, content, you might as well make sure you're spending your energy on the right channel. And thankfully, we vetted that LinkedIn is the right channel for all of you today. Other keys to success is to have an optimized personal profile and company page, using keywords and inbound links, consistent posting and content marketing efforts. Consistency is key. And the focus on building and nurturing quality connections and less on selling. So let's dive into those a little bit deeper, shall we? So let's talk about who is on LinkedIn. I wish that Zoom had like a hand raise feature, because I'd love to know, how many people are even aware of who is and who isn't on LinkedIn. So, oh, I see.
Kelsey, yeah, it actually has a hand raise.
Awesome.
And if you go see,
amazing.
Participants were on our How to Navigate Zoom, and so they all know how to high-five you.
Amazing. Okay, so sometimes you just have to say what you want and the universe provides. So right. Fantastic. Okay, so now that I know that I can all, kind of poll you in real time, I am going to do that throughout these slides, which is great. So let's just make it really clear, because I saw some hand raises of who is on LinkedIn. A lot of people think that it's really just one generation heavy or gender dominant, and you can see across the board it's pretty 50-50 split when it comes to gender. And the primary generations that you're going to find and engage with on LinkedIn are the older millennials, primary Gen Xers, and of course baby boomers. And just to take a second to talk about the generations, if you're a little unaware of what generation am I, or what are the generations, Gen Zers are the youngest generation right now. Those are the people who are in high school, Gen Zers. Then you have your millennials, then you have your Gen Xers, and then you have your baby boomers. So hopefully that might clarify. And also just really taking into consideration of the demographics of location-based, right? Education, income. LinkedIn really does have of the more higher educated and higher income demographic. What industries are most present on LinkedIn? Well, LinkedIn actually has 148 industries inside of the platform. So for anyone who thinks that their industry or their product or their brand isn't relevant on LinkedIn, that's not the case. Here's a list of the top 10 industries. This is a very common question that I get all the time, but I just want to make one note here. These top 10 industries list has changed just within the past 3 years. And to me, that is a sign and an indicator of how fast our climate is evolving thanks to technology, and also even due to the pandemic that we are living in right now. I think we are going to see certain industries start to thrive, or the top 10 structure start to reevaluate a little bit as certain things become more in demand because of the climate that we are living in right now. So if you don't see your industry on this top 10 list, that doesn't mean that it's not relevant. It just means that these are the top 10 most saturated industries on LinkedIn right now that are generating the most engagement, clicks, and conversations. So if you are within this top 10 industry, that means that the time is now to stay competitive in this landscape, because you want to be a part of the top 10 industries on LinkedIn. You want to make sure that you're competitively relevant. If you don't see your industry within the top 10, then that means that you actually are more primed to saturate that space, because it's a less cluttered space, allowing for you to create content that searches higher on the LinkedIn platform, because there's less people posting and commenting about it. So there's a positive and a negative to both of this, and it really depends how you look at it, glass half full, glass half empty. I choose to look at both positives here, but this should help establish what the top 10 industries are. And again, if you're not on the top 10 industry lists, you have the opportunity to just actually dominate that much more amongst the competition. Hopefully that makes sense. Raise your hand if that makes sense to everyone before I go on to the next slide. I am loving this engagement, guys. Thank you so much. This is making it so exciting and dynamic. Fantastic. Okay, now let's start getting into the nitty-gritty of having a LinkedIn company page versus having a LinkedIn personal professional profile. So here, and whether you are the employee or the business owner, I still invite you to listen to the benefits and best practices of both, because they do cross-promote each other when done effectively. So let's talk about company page first. So on LinkedIn, we can have a LinkedIn company page, and the benefits are tremendous. It does help your discoverability. It will enhance your search engine ranking for free. What do I mean? It's free to create a business page on LinkedIn. What do I mean by it will help your search engine ranking? When you open Google and you type in anything on Google, whatever comes up on that first page, that's search engine optimization. All of the whatever shows up first on Google is more search engine optimized. And your LinkedIn page, your company page, and your personal page will help enhance your Google search ranking. We'll get into this more. It might sound complicated, but it's really not. It really just means having a presence on LinkedIn, sharing content on LinkedIn, and also using your links like from your website your other social media channels, even content that, articles that have been published by the company onto your company page. All of that helps the goodness in your Google search engine ranking, so that when someone starts typing in insurance into Google, your insurance company is going to rank higher in the Google search engine ranking. Now, if you want to understand this piece more, this would be to, spend a little bit more time understanding SEO, search engine optimization, and keywords. Benefits of having a company page are, of course, awareness. Having a company page will help build brand awareness and establish credibility. For those people who learn of a new company and type that company into Google, because LinkedIn is such a dominant SEO for SEO, if you don't have any LinkedIn presence, someone could question the credibility of your company. So what having a company page does is help not only build brand awareness, but establish that you are a credible business entity. Of course, having a business page is going to help you stand out amongst the competition. We know that social media and the online landscape is a cluttered landscape. Now, thanks to COVID-19, more of our business initiatives are going online and are going on social media. So now is the time to really evaluate how we can stand out amongst the competition, and a company page on LinkedIn can be a great part of your strategy. It also allows you to connect. It allows you to connect and build out your professional network. You can create content to inform, share value, and build an online network of quality connections. Now, connection takes two things. It takes you sharing quality content and sharing value with your audience so that you're intriguing someone to follow or engage in you back. So it really is a two-way street on social media. Think about it from a conversation standpoint. If you walk up to someone and you just start talking at them and they don't have time to talk back at you, right? That's not a conversation. That's more of a lecture. That's what social media really should feel like. You want it to feel like you're not just talking at your audience, you're talking with your audience. And that's why social media is so essential for nurturing leads and nurturing those leads to convert them to sales, customers, clients, attendees, etc. However you might want to convert them. But the connection is essential and ultimately a great place to start on LinkedIn. It also allows for you to engage, right? We're talking about connection upon connection. Now to sustain those connections, we want to engage and attract people to engage our content and engage in our channel and our page. All of this engagement and quality content that we share on our page will also attract job candidates and will also attract partnerships and nurturing leads. Engagement is one of the most important things that many companies don't take into consideration. They think that, oh, well, if I just post every day, I'm being relevant on social media. Well, it's better for you to post 3 times a week and generate more engagement on those 3 posts than to have 5 posts and no engagement. So that's where LinkedIn really does help generate engagement, because of allowing you to position your content to quality connections who have like-minded interests, to engage and connect and nurture those relationships to eventually convert, right? Convert those relationships to drive leads with sponsored content and advertising. And on a LinkedIn company page, you do have the ability to sponsor content and advertise. You do not have that ability on a personal profile. So on a company page, it is also an advertising tool that you could have paid promotion behind and also organic content. Now, the benefits of having a personal profile are similar to a company page, but a little bit more in building your personal brand identity, right? And it does, of course, help to establish you as a professional and help build your personal brand online. It will also help rank your name on Google, a great platform to maintain and grow your personal and professional network. It's a great tool to stay relevant and on top of industry news, a great way to position yourself as a bigger asset to your company or your clients. And it's a wonderful way to nurture those connections to convert to leads, sales, sponsors, partners, speakers, subscribers, right? Everyone's conversion might be different. It might not necessarily be a sale. It could be a sponsorship, a partnership, a speaker, etc. And again, doing this from your personal profile, it really is in a more personalized and organic way, a less salesy way. For example, Chris reached out to me on her personal page, and she direct messaged me to my personal page. If I got a direct message from the Vico Flourish page, I probably would have been less likely to open it because I automatically think of billboard messaging or someone trying to sell me something versus a person reaching out to me directly. And that's the power of having a personal profile. And when companies can leverage their employees to activate on their personal channels for the greater good of the company. We're going to dive into this more. So I just wanted to actually give you all a visual of what I mean by LinkedIn does help you search your search ranking on Google. And here's something we cannot deny, the power of a Google search. Think about it. Next time you learn of something new or hear of someone's name, you probably unconsciously, subconsciously picked up your iPhone or took to your computer and typed that name or that thing into Google. And whatever came up on that first page was 90% what you clicked into versus going to the second, the third, the fourth page. Now check this out. I have actually been working in marketing and building my digital footprint for the past 12 years. I have had chelseakrost.com for the past 12 years. I have had LinkedIn for 8 years. I've definitely less than my personal website. But when you type in Chelsea Krost on Google, look how my LinkedIn page ranks higher than my website. And that's what I mean by the power of LinkedIn really being a killer opportunity to help you rank higher on Google search. This is going to be phenomenal for your business marketing initiatives. And even if you're a sales associate or you're an employee and want to be a more strategic asset to your company, your name ranking higher on Google, of course, is only going to help open up more opportunity or make the connection, conversion, or nurturing a new lead that much more legitimate and credible. So from a personal side and a company side. So talking about how we can optimize our company page, and in just a few minutes where I'm actually going to bring up LinkedIn so we can look at LinkedIn together in addition to the slides. But here are 7 ways that we can optimize our company page today that really don't take that much time or effort. It really just takes, sitting down and going through each of the prompts that LinkedIn does offer. Now I'm seeing a question here, so just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, don't think I'm missing any questions. Okay, so to optimize a company page, we want to update the profile image and the banner image. We want to create a catchy About Us section with keywords. When I say keywords, everyone, is everyone aware of the keywords that are relevant to their industry or their business? I'm going to give it a second to see how many hand raises we have. Is everyone aware of what keywords are? What keywords might be relevant to their business? Okay, I'm seeing some hands. I'm seeing some hands. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So that means that because I'm seeing a lot of hands raised in regards to understanding what keywords are, we want to make sure that our About Us section on the company page is keyword driven. These keywords are only going to help our search engine ranking on LinkedIn and also on Google. We also want to fill out all the fields to create a completed page on LinkedIn. We want to build a career page to attract top talent is a great strategy. Give the company page some personality with content and multimedia and storytelling. Collect and give endorsements, and add a social media button or a LinkedIn follow button to your corporate website. So again, you're cross-promoting your traffic to your digital ecosystem, I like to call it. So we're going to dive into some of these points a little bit more in depth right now. Okay, so let me just organize my bar up here. Okay, so here I wanted to truly give examples of both great company pages and also great professional pages, so that also after this webinar, everyone can go take a little bit deeper dive into some of these examples for more inspiration and to check out what some of the competition is doing. So two of the examples are American Red Cross is a great nonprofit example that everybody of course knows, and then Hootsuite, which is a great service provider and marketing automation tool. Reason why I'm also bringing up Hootsuite, other than the fact that they have a great optimized company page, if anyone is looking for a great tool to help them automate their social media, Hootsuite's a great tool to know, and we'll talk about them a little bit more also. I like to say Hootsuite helps you work smarter, not harder. And I am not a Hootsuite ambassador. I am not getting paid by Hootsuite. Truly, they just make life easier, and I'm here to help make life easier for all of you. So creating a great company page really boils down to the first thing that people see, which is that banner image, which is the banner image is where you see the ambulance right now, and your profile image, which is where you see the actual American Red Cross logo. Now, having a lot of company pages don't take their banner image into consideration, and it's that default blue banner. To me, this is very sad because this banner image is such essential real estate that we all can use to our advantage to showcase something that might be our USP, our unique selling proposition, our tagline. Are we trying to feature an upcoming event like how Hootsuite has it on display here? Right? I would have never have known that there was a global digital event for Hootsuite unless I saw it in their banner today. So this banner is real estate that is, we can always evolve and change dependent on our most important marketing initiative at this time. So I just wanted to give you an example of, to me, two great branded company pages using their banner and profile image wisely. And here, talking about moving into, how to optimize our About Us section. This is where we're talking about keywords. Now, the About section you'll find on you'll see in this tab right here. I personally love how Red Cross has formatted their About Us. It's not one big jumbled paragraph, and they're really speaking to the different ways that you can engage in the Red Cross, whether you want to become an employee, whether you want to volunteer, whether you want to donate, whether you want to give blood. I love how they have really broken down the About Us to really give quality information, leaving people with very little questions of who, what, where, when, why, how can I get involved? So I think this is a great About Us example, and I'm actually going to okay, I'm going to swap my screen real quick because I want to also I also want to use, okay, this is where technology has to work with me. Stop share and share to, here we go. Okay, so now we're looking at LinkedIn together. Here is the American Red Cross company page. And if you click About, this is where you will find their beautiful About Us. This is such a great format to take into consideration. The other thing I wanted to make note of how to optimize your company page is to make sure that your website is readily and available to click into. I cannot tell you how many times I see people having broken links or not putting their website into their company page. And all of this information does help to make your company page a completed company page. And there are statistics that will show that really taking the time to insert all of this information will help generate, if not twice as many views to your company page. Once you complete the company page, LinkedIn, the LinkedIn algorithm gives you more love, which actually helps your search engine ranking. So don't get lazy and really fill in all of the templates that LinkedIn does allow you to fill in. Here's just here's Hootsuite. Here's their About section. Pretty small About section. It is a really, to me, there's no face behind this brand. They're really like this automation tool. So I wouldn't necessarily look to them as a great example of an overview. But when it comes to the American Red Cross, I think they're a stellar format to follow from a company page. Now, the other thing I just wanted to show you in regards to using banner real estate. Here is just my page for you, and if we're not already friends, I hope to connect with all of you at Chelsea Krost on LinkedIn. I just want to show you what I mean by leveraging what's most top of mind for your marketing initiatives. As of right now, I have 3 courses on LinkedIn Learning. So of course, I want to let my LinkedIn audience know what's available for them on LinkedIn Learning. So I'm using my banner real estate to educate everyone that I have 3 courses available, and here are the topics. So this is hopefully food for thought and inspiration of how you can use your professional banner and company banner wisely to represent your most important information. And again, these things can always change. The graphic.
Chelsea,
Yes.
can you go back to the banner for 1 second?
Yes.
So my question to you would be the real estate at the top. How do you get to that real estate in order to modify it? And is that this is on your personal page or on a business page?
Great question, and it's the same on both. So I will literally show you right now how simple it is. See this pencil right here? Click that pencil, and this pencil allows you to drag and drop a banner. And this pencil right here allows you to update your profile image. Now, if anyone has any questions in regards to those kinds of how-tos, do a quick little YouTube, how to upload LinkedIn banner. You can YouTube everything. And it will save you a lot of times versus scrolling through a bunch of articles. So I wanted to kind of give you everyone the biggest full picture, but when it comes to like the nitty-gritty details of how to upload, truly look at all the prompts that LinkedIn gives you and just start clicking around because it's very drag and drop on LinkedIn. Even so much that LinkedIn shows you exactly right here the dimensions to create this banner. Now if you're asking yourself, Chelsea, how do I go and create this banner so quickly? If you want to take a whack at creating your own graphic, or maybe someone on your team is more graphically inclined, don't worry, you don't have to be a Photoshop whiz. One of my favorite tools, might as well pull it up for everyone. One of my favorite tools is called canva.com. I live in Canva, and here's why one of my favorite reasons. If you go to templates, look at these beautiful templates that Canva provides you. Excuse me, I did not mean to click on that one. Hold on. And not only does it have so many templates, but it has see all. Let's go to see all because I want to show you. It has so many templates. Okay, so, and if you can't find it, LinkedIn banners. And this helps give you the dimensions and drag and drop inspiration for how to go ahead and create your banner. So there are a lot of DIY tools that we could take advantage of. Again, if you want to, how do I do this on Canva? A simple YouTube search will show you exactly how to create a banner on Canva. So I'm just I want to give you all food for thought that everyone can go take and apply to their business accordingly. But Canva is one of my favorite tools for graphics, especially if you want to update your banners easily, and also for all of your social media posts, Facebook posts, Twitter posts, Pinterest graphic, resume, postcard, presentation, website, logo, business design. Look at all these marketing, flyer, poster, infographic, newsletters. Because content is king, Canva to me is one of the most essential tools that I use, and they help me create click-worthy, eye-catchy content quickly, all the time, and very cost-effective. There's a lot you can actually do on Canva for free before you pay $15 a month for anything more sophisticated. So hopefully that tool is helpful. And here's also a cool thing. If you have any interns that work for you, usually interns are a little bit younger, they pick up Canva 1, 2, 3. So if you're interested in maybe looking for a summer intern, on your summer internship, on your posting, put in your qualifications that you're looking for someone with social media know-how and someone that understands Canva or graphic creation, and then you can outsource it to the intern. There's wonderful ways to make interns really work to your advantage, but also make them do really meaningful work for your company versus, just filling up your coffee every now and then. So I can't tell you how many interns I have worked with who have actually become people that I outsource work to. So if you're looking for that type of work, Upwork is a great resource, Glassdoor is a great resource, Fiverr is a great resource, and can't beat LinkedIn. And we're going to get to recruiting as well in just a few seconds. Let's go back to our slides. So let me reshare my slides with everyone. Okay. Any questions? I could take a little moment of pause here. Any questions before I go into the next slide? I'll just take 60 seconds to see if anything pops up in the chat. Just want to make sure everyone's still with me. I know there's a lot of information when it comes to LinkedIn, but again, you will have the recording and of course the slides. And so here are the other just areas and fields to take into consideration on your company page. Completed pages do generally receive, like I said, twice as many visitors than those with incomplete pages. So it really just takes, one time to set this all up and then rank higher on LinkedIn. Okay. So what to do on your company page now that you have your banner established, your logo up, your company page is completed. What do we do on the page? So you're going to use your company and keywords and hashtags within the bio and content. So everyone was raising their hands when it came to keywords. guess what? Those keywords are also your hashtags that are relevant to your industry. And hashtags are a great way to also help the discovery and the searchability of your content on LinkedIn and even in your bio strategically. And I'll show you an example of that. How many hashtags is a question I get all the time. How many hashtags should we put on each piece of content? I like to say between 3 and 5 of your most quality hashtags that are most relevant to your industry and also relevant to the piece of content that you're sharing. When it comes to your company page, you really want to inform and share value in your content.
Kelsey,
Yes.
would you be able to give some explanation to those that don't know what hashtags are?
Yes, I'll be showing a visual in just a few slides. Make it easier. Hashtags are, let me show you on, let me show you here. Hootsuite. I'm going to show you on a piece of content actually. So, because I know that I have it in an image, which will probably make it easier to share. But hashtags are, I'll type them right here when you see this, hashtag marketing, hashtag LinkedIn marketing. That is, whenever you see that pound sign, that's a hashtag. And I'm hoping that you're seeing my slides. Oh no, you're not seeing my slides. Okay, I'm trying to be really savvy with technology, everyone. Thank you for bearing with me. So here we go. Now you can see right here. When you see the pound sign next to something, that is what a hashtag looks like. And your hashtags are great at the bottom of your content and using hashtags that are relevant to your piece of content. So let's say I was putting an article out today about 5 ways to optimize your LinkedIn profile. Hashtags that I would use would be hashtag optimize LinkedIn, hashtag professional LinkedIn profile, hashtag LinkedIn profile tips, hashtag LinkedIn traffic tips. And all of those hashtags would help the searchability of the content that was living in that article. So hopefully that's helpful, and there's a lot more information on hashtags as we continue to move forward in our slides here. So okay, we want to encourage colleagues to engage in the content being shared on the company page. Talking about, engagement is key. That means liking the content, commenting on the content, and the more engagement we can drive on our company page, again, LinkedIn rewards you for generating engagement. So that's only going to help the traffic and the discoverability and increasing more engagement actually onto your page. And encouraging employees to fill out their LinkedIn profiles and tagging that they work at your company. This is building out the digital ecosystem within LinkedIn that's going to help ping pong traffic back and forth between your company and your profile pages. We definitely want to link our company page in our marketing communications, right? I'm sure many of you do email marketing or have an email signature at the bottom of our email, send out a newsletter, and of course have a website or a landing page. If there's an opportunity to link your company page, this is a great way to drive traffic to your page. And a lot of people ask on a company page, how much do I have to post on a company page? On a company page, at least once a week would be great. And you can automate posting to this page. I don't recommend you automating every post, but if you want to post in real time once a week and automate one post once a week, that could be a great strategy for you to explore. Again, the automation is working smarter, not harder. And the automation tool is Hootsuite. And we're going to talk about that in a slide or two. But these are ultimately some of the best practices on a company page. And we're going to dive into the content now on the company page, because ultimately your content is key, and your content is going to be the reason that attracts followers, job candidates, sponsors, sales, customers. Content is what makes the world go round today. Excuse me while I have a sip of tea really quick. As I'm getting over a cold myself. Okay, so content is key, and I wanted to literally show you proof that I mean that content is key in regards to this 2020 data box chart here. Which marketing discipline do you plan to devote the most time and budget to in 2020? I am not surprised that content marketing is in the lead, with video marketing right behind it, because I believe video marketing is a part of your content marketing strategy. And social media being number 3 is obvious, because social media is the best place we can leverage and share our content that we're creating. So let's talk about content, shall we? Any questions before we start talking about content? Because this content will absolutely apply to both company pages and personal pages. Any questions? Hand raised that everything is making sense so far. Everyone could just give me some feedback. That would be fun. Ooh, you guys are so fast. This is awesome. Thank you. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Okay. Here are some of the best content that performs on LinkedIn. We're going to start with video first, because video is dominating on social media, and it is killing it in the social media landscape and in the digital landscape. So let's talk about the different types of formats that we can use when it comes to video for our business and for our content marketing initiatives. Explainer videos. Explainer videos tend to be animated. There's actually you might have, next time you're watching a commercial, take note of the commercials that are animated and explaining something. And I can give everyone a very quick explainer video. Let me pull it up really quick, because I actually was just watching television the other day, and actually, you know what? Instead of taking the time away from that, when I send my slides to everybody, I will send a sample of an explainer video link, but it happens to be Chase Mobile Banking. So if you're watching commercials and a Chase Mobile Banking app commercial pops up, take a moment and look, because I think that's one of the best explainer videos on television broadcast right now. And I also think that it's totally relevant to the global climate, where we're not going outside and socializing and wanting to go into a bank versus how can we do mobile banking. So they're thinking solution oriented for their marketing efforts right now. So explainer videos are great. Short video series are wonderful. Short videos could be anywhere from 2 minutes to 5 minutes to 6 minutes. Video case studies are wonderful. Event recaps, product launch or demo videos, teasers, and behind the scenes. So this is where LinkedIn's becoming a little less corporate-y and structured, and a little bit more, I like to say, work-life balance. And we are seeing this behind the scenes and teasers for product launches, events, even live webinars, where people are kind of showing the making of and teasing things along the way to make hopefully the main event that much more attractive and participant worthy. And of course, media clips. If your company or you as a thought leader has been featured in broadcast or digital or even a podcast that has video, all of this type of media and press-driven content is fabulous for your LinkedIn efforts. video is 5 times more likely than any other type of content to start a conversation amongst members. And LinkedIn members spend almost 3 times more time watching video ads compared to static content, meaning that it's just a graphic. So if you're, deciding about your advertising budget and where you want to put that advertising budget, it really, I think the best ROI you're going to see on advertising on LinkedIn is going to come from a video ad. In addition to video, of course, because there are multiple content formats that we can all use throughout our marketing and content marketing efforts, here are some other content formats that are not video oriented, like sharing company milestones, sharing new events, partnerships, product launches, client and company success stories, original research within the company, white paper reports, an ebook, a PDF for download, infographics, solo images featuring a statistic. Those perform very well on LinkedIn. All of this type of content on this page, most of it can be created on Canva with all of the templates that they have available, which is very
Chelsea, can you share your screen again with the presentation?
Oh, are you not seeing my screen?
No.
Oh, I'm just talking to everyone. I'm so sorry. Where'd it go? Okay. Okay, so did everyone see this slide? Did everyone see this chart?
Yeah, we saw through the next one.
Okay, so that.
Yes.
And then this one.
That's where we are.
Okay, great. Sorry, I don't know how that went away, but here's all the non-video content formats that perform really well on LinkedIn, both on company pages and of course on personal professional pages. This content is relevant across the board on LinkedIn. And as you can see, just from 2 slides, there are so many fun formats for us to evaluate our business, evaluate what's going on within our business, evaluate what's going on within the world, what's trend, so that we can create the format that best applies, and so that our formats are, there's a variety of content formats, because if we were just posting the same format over and over and over again, you're not going to see as much success or engagement on LinkedIn. And that's why I wanted to give you a great variety of both video formats and more static content for inspiration for your content efforts. Okay, I promised you I was going to help you work smarter, not harder. And this is what I mean by how Hootsuite really does allow you to work smarter, not harder. If you're looking to consistently schedule, have a consistent presence on your company page and or your personal page, Hootsuite could be a great tool for both company page and personal page. On Hootsuite, you can actually schedule posts ahead of time. So I could literally pull up Hootsuite right now, schedule a post that will go live tomorrow at 4 o'clock. That really gives you like a lot of peace of mind and helps you, I think, give time back in the day, especially if you have a campaign rollout or a new event or a new series that you want to be consistently sharing about. You can go ahead and schedule posts accordingly. You can also easily find, manage, and share compelling content to share on LinkedIn within the Hootsuite platform. You can help promote your content on Hootsuite. You could track your analytics, which is really your progress, right? How is your content performing on LinkedIn? You can also monitor topics that matter and see what's trending within your industry. Of course, knowing what's trending and industry relevant is only going to help give you inspiration for what content you could be creating for your business. and team management. If you work with a small team or a bit of a larger team, everyone, you can have remote access so that everybody can have one access to this dashboard, and it makes it really seamless for automating this effort and sourcing content for your channel. So Hootsuite is a wonderful tool to explore if you are looking to work smarter, not harder. Okay, now we're talking about how to utilize on LinkedIn's company pages. How can we attract talent and potential hires, right? What do we do on LinkedIn to not only find them, but attract them to our company? And if we do a few things on our LinkedIn company page, we could be really kind of sitting back and waiting for the talent to find us versus combing through the weeds to find talent. And there's a few things that we can do very easily on our company page to prime it for more, to attract more talent and candidates, job candidates. LinkedIn offers LinkedIn career pages, which really do a great job for company pages. 90% of candidates are open to new opportunities. 1.8% have a higher chance of candidates more likely to apply to a job when they know your company. And 73% of companies see a lift in career page views when running traffic driver ads. So if you're doing any advertising or sponsored posts on your company page, again, this is just all making things work for you. You can't just do one thing on LinkedIn or on social or online and think that that one thing is going to be enough, right? We have to kind of put together our marketing strategy to connect the dots and ultimately, I like to say, ping pong the traffic amongst our digital ecosystem. So here's what I mean by creating career pages. On the LinkedIn company page, you'll see in the menu here, jobs. And if you click that, the jobs, you'll see that American Red Cross just 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, posted these recent job postings right here. This is what creating these career pages does. It ultimately helps you create this, all of these job posts available and living on the LinkedIn page. So let me give you a better visual really quick of what that looks like on LinkedIn. Even Hootsuite. So here's the Hootsuite company page, jobs right in the left corner. And all of these recent jobs were posted. Same with American Red Cross, jobs. All of these jobs were posted. Now, this is a great way to educate new talent of what kind of hires you're looking for, and inserting all of the keywords for the talent you're looking for in these job posts, again, is only going to help that talent find you. Excuse me. So let me go back to the slides. Hopefully that is all making sense with everyone of how to use LinkedIn career pages. And you can literally type in LinkedIn career pages. It'll take you exactly to this page and you follow the prompts. Everything is very prompt driven, nothing super sophisticated at all. Excuse me.
We do have one question, Chelsea. Are the job listings a free feature? Do you need a paid account in order to promote those, or is that open to anyone with a company page?
Anybody with a company page should be able to, you know what, I don't know that off the top of my head, right? I know that you can have right here it says you can request a free demo so that you can explore this more. There might be different tier packages that LinkedIn does for career pages depending on how much job postings you want to share. Sorry, I don't have that exact information. Quick Google will probably give you that answer. LinkedIn career pages. Now, just up leveling the way to attract talent and hires to your company page, while also making your company page just more dynamic, is to take into consideration the Life tab, which is right under About. And this Life tab is to basically share the company culture. Glassdoor, which is a great resource, says 69% of job seekers are more likely to apply to a company that makes an active effort to promote its culture online. And American Red Cross and Hootsuite in their Life tab, I think, have done a great job at showcasing their company culture, so that when a job seeker is exploring of where do I want to work, who do I want to work for, and what do I want to do, they can really start to feel the company culture just from your LinkedIn company page alone. And that's with uploading some videos, imagery. Definitely, I have hyperlinked all of Hootsuite and Red Cross. So again, I totally invite all of you to take time to scroll through each of these LinkedIn pages so you can get inspiration for how to apply them to your business and your employee company and corporate culture. But these are tabs that a lot of companies don't take into consideration, that really can make an effective change in your traffic and in your results on LinkedIn. And we're about to migrate into the personal LinkedIn page versus the company page. And why it's so important for every company to also invite and encourage and empower their employees with building their own personal page is because every employee is really a brand advocate, an influencer for you. And if they're not activated online, then they're not activating for your company. So if you could think of your employees as brand advocates, helping to spread more awareness, engagement, value, information back to your company, that's why personal profile pages and company pages really do work hand in hand. They really do cross-promote each other. How are we doing on time? Okay. I'm going to definitely...
We're a little over, but the content is so interesting. You still have us all captured.
Okay. I'm going to move a little faster, especially now that we're on the personal page, because a lot of best practices, of course, and the content apply to whether it's a business page or personal page. So quick things to note on your personal page. Do you have a high-res bio image? There are so many images that I see that I can barely see what the person looks like. You want at least 60% of you to be seen on your profile picture, and that really does make a difference. Is your industry, services provided, and company present on your personal profile? From reading your bio, your banner, will your audience be able to answer who you are, what you do, how to connect with you? Do you have a call to action link in your bio? I'll show you exactly what that means because I have a great example coming up after the slide. Are you using your industry keywords in your personal profile and content? Are you using multimedia and the experience section? And have you leveraged endorsements and recommendations? This is our hit list. And now let me give you a great example from one of my favorite people. Actually, my last tip before I go back to LinkedIn is, here's a snapshot of Kathleen's profile, right? And this is all you see, these first few sentences before you hit see more. Let's just go to LinkedIn here. Now we're going to go. Okay, so now we've officially moved into the personal profile page. Everyone, Chris, you're seeing Wendy Weiner's page here, correct? Just want to make sure everyone's seeing the slides.
Yes.
Perfect. So as you'll see, looks a little bit different than a company page, right? But still, you have a banner, headshot, your contact info right here, very important. And we should still be utilizing these banners for our personal self, like we would our company. So I wanted to bring up Wendy in particular here for a few reasons. I think she has one of the most optimized personal LinkedIn profiles I have seen on LinkedIn. I think she shows you a really great way as a service provider how to showcase your services on just your banner alone. And what did I mean by having a call to action? A call to action is when you're actually asking your audience to do something, right? Wendy has a call to action right here, even in her bio. Follow me on social media at The Writing Guru. A call to action could be follow me, click here for more, click here to sign up, double tap if you agree, click, hit like if you believe what I'm saying, click here to watch the full video. All of that are examples of calls to action because we're inviting the audience to do something. And I wanted to show you in her about, she has a great format for personal professionals. See how nice and organized she is? She does not leave you with the who is she? What does she do? How do you work with her? How do I benefit from working with her? How do I get in touch with her? What services does she provide? She is phenomenal. And also the other reason I wanted to show you to her is because she is the person I refer all my clients to if they want someone to rewrite their company page and personal profile for them on LinkedIn. So she's just another resource if anybody is like, you know what, all this information is great, Chelsea, but I still want someone to do it for me. Wendy's a great resource. So hopefully, okay, so now we're talking about seeing how we could take advantage of the real estate on her banner. Look at how beautiful and clear and crisp her profile picture is. Take a peek at this section right here. This section is really all that you have to, before someone goes into the bigger about section, to really make it clear who you are. We know that she's an attorney. She's a personal branding and career expert. She's been featured on 50+ outlets. She's a top executive resume writer, LinkedIn profile writer for attorneys, senior executives, and those in the C-suite. So she established credibility, what services she provides, and who her client is, just within these short 3 lines right here. So this is what I mean by taking advantage of the real estate on LinkedIn and understanding what your keywords are. These are all her keywords because they're her target client. Personal branding is a keyword. Career expert is a keyword. Executive resume writer, keyword, and she has also leveraged multimedia in her experience section. So this is the experience section, and for employees, I'm a sales representative at State Farm Insurance. I am a CMO at blank company. I am the web developer at X company. These experiences also are an amazing opportunity to establish credibility, enhance keywords, SEO, showcase the company you're working for, and also add multimedia elements, whether it's video, whether it's a slide share. These are just key features that a lot of people don't utilize, and they could be absolutely essential for LinkedIn growth. The one other thing I wanted to show you, because I'm being mindful of time, is the power we have to write articles on LinkedIn today. So if you go to activity here, see all, this is how you can always check anyone's activity. So we can go to all of her activity, which is, these are all of Wendy's posts, right? And then if we click here, we're gonna see actually her articles on LinkedIn. Now let's click into an article so we can see what an article looks like. Here is a view of an article, which obviously looks a lot different than just the post on a native post on LinkedIn. Why are these articles beneficial? Well, for many of reasons. And we'll get to the benefits of articles in my slides. Actually, well, we'll do that. So just wanted to show you what articles look like. Also, let me show you, before I go back to the slides, how easy it is to start an article. Here, this is where you would start any old post, right? Hello, everyone. Okay, well, instead of starting a post, right down here, write an article. And that is how we prompt ourselves to get to the article section. Here we can upload an image, and here's the headline for the article, and here's the body of the text. So I just wanted to give everyone a visual of where articles actually live on LinkedIn, as that is a very popular question of, what do you mean native articles on LinkedIn? And here are the benefits. It provides more value to the connections who view your profile. It showcases your expertise and thought leadership. It's a great opportunity to insert a strategic call to action and or inbound link. So call to action. So who do I hire to write my resume? Is this article of Wendy's. Her call to action at the end of that article could be, are you looking for more help on your LinkedIn resume? If so, click here to book a call with me so we can get started on working on your resume. That's what a strategic call to action is, and then you can put a link there for someone to click into. That's an inbound link, and that inbound link is going to drive traffic to somewhere else. So it's a more opportunity for a call to action, inserting links accordingly, driving traffic, and of course, the more content that's keyword driven on your LinkedIn page, you're only helping overall Google search engine ranking and discoverability. Your connections also get notified every time you publish a post on LinkedIn as well as an article. And you can share your article from LinkedIn to Facebook and Twitter. So you can cross-promote your content across social media. And just because I'm nervous about my computer dying, let me plug my computer in, so sorry. Zoom takes up so much battery. Okay, now keeping it going, and thank you for everyone's patience, is on your personal page, sync your contacts. It's the fastest way to expand your network and really centralize all of your contacts into one place. You could do this on a company page and also on a personal page. I think it's most effective on a personal page. And you just do that by going to the My Network little icon right up there. And you can sync your contacts from any of these below: Yahoo, AOL, Outlook, Gmail. And that's a great way to expand your network fast. Take advantage of LinkedIn groups, especially on your personal pages. LinkedIn groups, to me, are one of the most effective ways to really build new relationships and nurture new relationships. But also it's a great way to check out the competition, see what other people are saying, sharing industry insights, and it's a free and available LinkedIn groups. Like, you don't have to pay to be a part of a LinkedIn group, and you can find industry relevant groups for your business, of course. And here are some LinkedIn group just best practices. What do I do if I participate in one of these groups? Once you're in a new group, always introduce yourself, what you do, and why you're excited to join that group. Be friendly, engaging, and supportive to other group members. The best thing you can do in a group is start engaging in other people right away, versus it's more about the engaging in others than what you have to share, especially when you're new into groups. And always come from sharing value-driven content, share insights, comment on other people's posts. Never go into a group to be overly promotional or salesy, and have patience and persistence, because you can't just pop into a group one time and think that you've established quality connections. You do have to nurture relationships online like we have to do in real life. I'm not going to get into this too much, especially because all of you will have these slides, but I just want, so many people don't realize that LinkedIn Premium is available. And LinkedIn Premium just allows you to take your LinkedIn marketing efforts to the next level, especially with in-mail messages, meaning where you can essentially email someone through LinkedIn. And why that is a big bonus is because if you can't send an in-mail message to someone you don't have already a first-degree connection with. So it is something you have to pay for, LinkedIn Premium. There are various different, I think like the cheapest one is $25. I think that the one that's around $60 is a really great strategic business investment if you're going to leverage all of the features that LinkedIn Premium comes from, and if you know that you're looking to really enhance lead gen or connections. LinkedIn Premium is wonderful. Here are some of the benefits to in-mail messaging. Also, the big benefit to having LinkedIn Premium is that you get access to the LinkedIn Learning Library. And this is of my last slide here. So I just wanted to give you my last show and tell on LinkedIn, because people are so amazed when they learn that this library exists. So here's my homepage. I am a LinkedIn Premium member already. So as a LinkedIn Premium member, you will see this learning icon right in the top right corner. Upon clicking LinkedIn Learning, I now have access to this database of so much quality e-learning information. Everything down to if you want to understand SEO for social media, or how do I use keywords, or how to use Canva. I mean, everything is searchable on LinkedIn Learning. And one of the reasons I love LinkedIn Learning so much is because, yes, we can turn to YouTube and YouTube anything, but you have to hope that you're finding a credible expert or someone who knows what they're talking about. Every instructor has been vetted by LinkedIn to actually have a course present on LinkedIn Learning. This is where my courses are present. If you type in personal branding, you will see that my course comes up as a popular one right now. And LinkedIn does vet all of their instructors, kind of like a publishing deal. So you just know that you are, in good hands by watching the content on the LinkedIn Learning library. And even in regards to how to further optimize LinkedIn, there's so much information at your fingertips right here. And like I just said, always being a student and leveraging the library and up-leveling how to use social media, what are the new features we should be taking into consideration, how can we be leveraging our employees. We are living in a very fast world, so we have to stay up to date, and the LinkedIn Learning Library is such a great resource to keep you fresh and even learning new skill sets. So I know that was a lot of information, but hopefully that gave a lot of insight, perspective, how-tos, ahas, and food for thought to go back to and review, because all of this information we will deliver nicely into all of your email inboxes shortly.
Thank you so much, Chelsea. That was so great. As we said at the beginning, all of the today's recording as well as Chelsea's presentation deck will be up by Monday on the Flourish website. And so you'll be able to go there. It's beaconet.com/flourish, and then click on the green room, and you can check out all the videos from previous webinars as well as this one today. We hope to see everybody next week on our personal branding webinar, and we look forward to more opportunities to invite Chelsea to come and speak to us. And we thank you for joining us today. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you.